What's going on, guys? Today we're talking about 5 things that could be stopping you from reaching your full guitar potential. So let's get into it. Now, the first thing might not be entirely your fault, and that is just having a really bad guitar setup. Now, I see this a lot with beginning guitarists, just because, when you're first starting out, you don't really know how your guitar is supposed to feel. But, this goes for anybody. Like, if you haven't had your guitar professionally set up before, I highly recommend doing it. Some of the big obstacles are things like a poorly adjusted truss rod, your strings being too high or too low, and just the condition of your strings. Maybe they're just really old or they're the wrong gauge. You don't want your guitar to be working against you, and so by getting a good setup, you'll ensure that your guitar is at its ultimate playing ability and it's not getting in the way of you. It's not hindering your playing in any kind of way. Let's take a look at another thing. Now, this is going to be practicing obsessively. You want to become obsessed with learning the guitar. You want to just be thinking about it all day. When you're at work, you just can't wait to come home and practice guitar. When you go to sleep at night, you can't wait to wake up and play guitar. There's this idea called the 10,000 hour rule. It's talked about in the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. Basically, the idea is that if you work on a skill for 10,000 hours, not necessarily straight, but just accumulated over time, that's about the time that you become a master at it. And so there's been studies done, where they look at people that are really great in different fields. Kind of just seems to work that way across the board. So the point being, just be obsessive with your practicing, always be practicing your guitar, and just watch yourself improve over the months, the years. It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna be really good. Okay, number 3 is the concept of stair-stepping. When I was first starting the guitar, trying to learn songs that were like way above my skill level, I just could never really master, certain guitar solos or certain riffs, no matter how hard I tried. They were just always a little bit out of my range. I just didn't have the guitar control, because years later, as my skill level got better, I revisited those songs and I could play them like no problem. And so the way that this works is you learn a song that's like a little bit higher than your skill level, and then you learn a bunch of other songs that are in that similar range of difficulty before moving on. And so this way, you're ensuring that you're not jumping too high in difficulty level. You're building your skills, and then you're cementing them by learning a bunch of songs that are at that same level. Okay, next up, punch through the wall. If you ever need to punch a hole in the wall, here's my 2 cents. Make sure that you are exerting enough force to actually punch through the wall, because if you're just trying to punch the wall, you'll end up with a holeless wall and probably a broken hand. So you need to imagine punching through the wall, like past it, so you exert enough force to actually break through. And this same principle you can apply to the guitar. Now, the way I think of it is I'm like punching through the song that I'm learning, or like kind of blowing past the song. Make it your goal to learn a song 10 to 20 BPM faster than the song actually is. If the song has like a lot of solos or riffs, like look for opportunities to add in little licks and fills, add in pinch harmonics, bends, little chromatic notes, anything you can do to like really spice up the song. When you go back and you play the song at the normal tempo, just a standard way, it's gonna feel like slow and like a lot easier. Okay, now the final thing to have to really unleash your full potential of the guitar is to have master mentors. You want to put yourself around really, really skilled guitarists so that you can be inspired by them, you can see what's possible on the guitar, and their skills can kind of like rub off on you as you observe them and talk to them and jam together. These people don't have to necessarily be ultra famous like celebrity rock stars, but they should be pretty dang good at playing the guitar. See if you can connect with them, pay them for a couple lessons, go see them perform live, and after the show, go up and talk to them and just be like a sponge and just see like how much information you can absorb from them. Just listen to them talk about guitar and playing and just like take it all in. Now, you don't necessarily have to only have guitar mentors that you encounter face to face. You could always look up YouTube videos. Like there's tons of guitar lessons, tips and tricks all over YouTube. Also make sure that you're looking up interviews with your favorite guitar heroes, because watching those things can really give you like a bigger picture view of like what people have really done to be able to get to the level that they're at. You always want to have that inspiration to kind of pull you forward, to always see what's possible on the guitar. Now, I already know that there's gonna be people watching this video, if they've even made it this far, that are gonna be like, dude, come on, John, like just tell me the tips and tricks. Tell me like what I'm doing wrong with my hand, or tell me what to do different with my picking. What I'm talking about is like much more macro. These are like the big pillars that you need to have in place in order for any tips or tricks to even like matter at all. Take care of this stuff first, then we can start talking about tips and tricks. So get at it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.